Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Welcome back to my daily vlog. We're talking about content creation and how it's going, trying to make it indefinitely sustainable. So let's start by talking about yesterday, as we always do. Yesterday I had plans to get done, and I will unashamedly say I didn't do everything I wanted to do yesterday, but I think for good reason. I'm my own boss and I had to divert a bit. I did choose and start prep work for the Friday plays I'm going to work on today. I did pre-edit the interview I did last week, so I can find where I can finish that and publish that. And I made some shorts out of the previous long form that I did last weekend. I made 3 or 4 shorts of that and published one of those. And those just drive more conversation and hopefully traffic back to the main video. But at any rate, they're content that drive engagement and builds viewership. In the afternoon, I pumped the brakes because yesterday was my wife's birthday. I took her to lunch, but we also had contrived a sneaky surprise where my daughter drove up from down south and is 2.5, 3 hours away, and surprised her at lunch. And then, we want to hang out. So I stopped working in the afternoon, really. I visited. I spent time with my daughter and my wife a little bit, and we played a couple, board games and stuff, just because we haven't all been together in a while. Just because I'm my own boss and I can do that. And, and part of me, I try to treat this endeavor as a job, and I wouldn't just any normal Thursday stop working. But in hindsight, maybe, if it's a real job, a real employer job, I probably would have asked for the day off, quite honestly. So, I guess I should, reward myself for working part of the day rather than taking the whole day off. But I did feel, a little bit in the back of my head, like, you ought to be working. But I knew it was the right thing to do. I just, I got to remember to give myself that leeway. So anyway, then the late afternoon, we did our podcast recording at 5 in the afternoon, and then 1980s Now was live at 7. So I got stuff done, just not all the stuff I'd hoped to get done yesterday. So I'll cut myself a little slack, I guess. It wasn't until I stood here talking about it that I realized that's irrational. Of course you should take that time. So, I was ready to beat myself up, but my own therapist here. Okay, let's talk about stats. Stats are cooling a little from the craziness that was the last week and a half or so, which is not to say they're dead at all. They're still doing quite strong compared to a few weeks ago. But a little chart which I adjusted, which I will readjust when things kind of normalize again a little bit. But I have this target at or above 70 subscribers and 11,000 views. And we're off the charts, 21.9 thousand views and only 200 subs. Okay, only 200. Yesterday, we took a precipitous fall down to only about 180 subscribers. Still fantastic, right? And that, of course, upped our current subscription total over on the main channel. Yesterday, we're at 59,000 and a bit. Today, we're at 59,200 and a bit. So, yeah, more solid progress. That puts us, striking distance of 60. Shouldn't be long. So let's talk about today. First, it's Thursday, new podcast day. The pod we recorded last week, edited on Tuesday together. It's now live and available for you to check out and listen to anywhere you listen to your podcast. Today, my primary goal, of course, is to shoot, edit, and publish the Friday plays for tomorrow, get it out to members today, and get it ready to go out tomorrow to free up my Friday to do additional work. When that's done, I'll continue to work on the interview that I started. I'm thinking that what I might do is take that interview and get it ready for Saturday rather than an editorial. I mean, it doesn't always have to be an editorial kind of thing, but I think that's a great place to drop that because Friday I can work on it in totality and get it finished and get it out for Saturday. Because I have some new product coming in the mail in the next few days that I can start doing some more product reviews for. So I think next week is going to be starting a turn to focus to that midweek. Then, I still want the next essay coming in the future, so I'll continue to kind of ruminate on those and what I can do. And if I have any time at the end of the day, I can always shoot the next episode of Celebrating Yesteryear for Retro Days. With this little burst of success over the last week or two, I wanted to reflect on this. So, you know, we talk each day about what's going on this day, but I also think about this entire vlog in its entirety as if someone wanted to do what I'm doing, take a shot at it, to go back and look at what's going on. And I love sharing my successes with my friends on YouTube, but also I think, you know, among creators there's a camaraderie, but there's also a little bit of envy and jealousy. I know, because I felt it, I still feel it all the time. If I look at someone else who I think is doing kind of what I'm doing, and they're getting more results out of it than I am, I get a little jealous. You know, I'm like, well, I did all that hard work on that too. How come I'm not doing? I think it's an important reality check to remember for myself and to remember for anyone watching who said, you know, this guy's, why is he getting all this success for no reason? And it is no reason. It is a crapshoot. It is, I mean, there's persistence involved. There's putting in the grind. There's trying to do good work. But often it can just come down to catching a break. Last weekend when that video started blowing up, or actually 2 weekends ago, and it's over, you know, 120,000 views now, which is huge for my channel, but not by YouTube standards, but for mine. That was just a fluke. You know, we were getting decent results on videos of, you know, around 5,000 to 10,000 views, and that was just going huge. And while it's going huge, we're getting lots of influx of engagement and new subscribers. And it's, you know, it's like if I were me 5 years ago looking at someone in my position right now, I'd be like, we're doing the same things. Well, how come I'm not getting it? And the reality is, someone who's looking at what I'm doing and saying, how come I'm not getting the same results? You are getting the same results. Some people will blow up right away. Some people, for some reason, there's something about their personality or their content or just their creativity is going to catch fire. In, you know, in a week, you're going to have bajillions of followers and you're going to be making money. But I was doing the same work I'm doing now, more or less, 5 years ago. It's just that I hadn't caught a break. I hadn't put in the time to cultivate an audience, to get a reputation, to all that stuff. Just some of it takes time, but a big part of it is just catching a break. So I know there's several creators that watch. I know the Hobo Gamer, a buddy of mine, watches regularly, and I know he is busting his ass, struggling, working hard. Several others I know. My buddy MC Murr watches. He's a very successful channel, but is struggling with, you know, identity and that kind of thing right now, and changing lanes. And I think about them because when I was looking at someone like me, I would go, well, he's just kind of doing the same kind of crap, and how come I'm not getting, you know, 120,000 views on a video, I should point out, not every video. You will. I mean, it's, you know, if it's something you like doing, do it. Don't get frustrated because, and I'm not successful. I'm still losing money. Keep that in mind. Whatever all that success, you know, we've had over the last, it's still not purely sustainable, right? I'm still have a runway. Now the runway is getting longer as I get a little more success and things improve a little bit, but keep in mind that it's a harsh road to try to traverse, because YouTube does not do you any favors until you're huge, and you can't get huge until you put in all the work or catch a lucky break or 2 or 20. Yeah, it's a reality check for me. You know, as enthusiastic as I was over the last few days, and not that I'm trying to bring myself down or anything, but I have to remember and keep myself humble where I was a week ago, a month ago, you know, a year ago, struggling to get any kind of traction. I have a little traction and it's slipping. I'm waiting for the next thing. I said it, things are coming down a little bit. So if you like what you're doing and you're doing this kind of thing, do it because you like it. Don't do it because it's gonna make you a millionaire, because the odds of that are slim. I'm going on 2 years now struggling to make it viable, let alone, you know, rock star lifestyle. You know, I don't have a tour bus. Right? I struggle to put tires on the car. I struggle, you know, fixing the fence. It's the same kind of thing. It's just that I'm trying to do this to pay for those things. And so far, not quite, you know, I'm probably 3/4 of the way to where I need to be. If things continue to grow, yeah, I think it can succeed. But, you know, even with the recent stuff, it's not a done deal, nothing guaranteed. But I'm trying to be optimistic about it. And every once in a while, I have a happy surprise. That's it. That's my little ramble at the end of this one. I want to thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog. If you did, you know that if you're here every day, I love you for taking the time. Have a great Thursday. Don't forget to do something good for yourself. And I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.